This is a WWN Publishing Group recording. Copyright 2016, all rights reserved. This is an abridged version of Killmore by Martha Sweeney to make the story appropriate for all listeners. If you want to read the complete story, you can find the ebook or paperback online. Links are provided in the description below. Killmore, Book 1 of the 2-book series. Read to you by the author. Chapter 2, Leia. Leia, my love, Antonio calls, tightening his grip around my waist. Are you cold, sweetheart? I'm fine, I reply, brushing off my jitters. We've been standing outside by the docks as Antonio speaks with a few of his men. You sure, he checks. I can have one of the boys get you a warmer jacket. No, I oppose. I'm fine. I just need you to keep me warm. I snuggle into him, pretending that I like it. Ah, Antonio replies. I'll be happy to keep you warm now, and perhaps tonight? Perhaps, I tease with a smile. The boat's pulling into the harbor now, boss, one of Antonio's henchmen reports. Wonderful, Antonio praises. Let's hope we don't have the same mishap as last time. Escorted by several of his bodyguards, I follow Antonio into his office while the rest of his entourage take care of their duties, getting ready for the receiving of the shipment. The shipment that arrived last month came on time, but all of the products that were supposed to have a pulse were, let's say, not breathing, so they're on a higher alert to make sure things are running smoothly. Antonio pours himself a glass of scotch and offers one to me as well. I take it, barely sipping it, hoping to keep a clear head for tonight. He repeatedly kisses my neck as we sit together on the couch by the desk as Shepard lays on the floor. 5 minutes into waiting, my nerves get to me and I down the scotch, enjoying the bittersweet fiery burn of it running down my throat. I can no longer count how many times I've gone through this process alongside Antonio during his shipments. They contain girls, drugs, or both. Every time the feds had an opportunity to seize and arrest the group when Antonio was present, nothing happens. The delivery location does change from time to time. There are 10 different locations inside the U.S. border. The feds have had all the necessary information for me to stop Antonio, but they've never acted and always back out at the last second. I wonder as to why now. Why this particular time to capture Antonio? What's changed? Was someone on the inside a part of it and they finally caught him or her? I can't imagine it would be that easy, or else I would have been exposed. Sometime later, Antonio's phone rings. I'm able to listen in on the conversation since I'm sitting on his lap. They're all alive, boss, the voice comments. It looks like they sent a few extra this time to make up for the previous batch. Good, Antonio praises. I'll be right down to inspect them as they're loaded into the vehicles. I shift to get up, but Antonio pulls me back down. Hoping for this night to finish quickly, I suggest slyly, come on, baby. I want you to hurry up and finish business so you can keep me warm back in your bed. He hums into my neck. You make me want to start right now. Really? I muse. Yes, he confirms. Maybe I should get another taste of that sweet pussy of yours before I finish business. He licks his lips and starts kissing down my chest. The thought to give the feds a little more time to get here arises, so I encourage, if you insist. I love it when you tease me, love, Antonio says. Jack does not know what he's missing with you. He should have treated you good right from the start. I let out an exasperated sigh. What? He checks, knowing that my sigh is not a good thing. What happened? You mentioned him, I whine. My apologies, sweetheart. Antonio profusely kisses my lips and neck. How can I ever make it up to you? I told you, I say, twirling his hair in my fingers. I can't kill him, baby, Antonio counters. He's one of my best on the inside with the cops. I know, I huff irritation. I just want to be done with him. You know that. I know, baby, he soothes. We'll get the divorce documents from the lawyer this week. I don't want to go home to him anymore, I complain. He never treats me good, is verbally abusive, and still tries to have his way with me when no one else is there, and he doesn't even get me off. I hope to use Antonio's supposed love for me to at least get the divorce before I hightail it out of Florida on my own. After the first 3 times the feds didn't do anything other than keep telling me that they needed more information, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Just in case the feds don't keep their agreement this time, I need to ensure my own safety. I told him he's not allowed to touch you, Antonio says sternly. Has he? I lower my head and nod, while conjuring up fake tears to add weight to my lie. Jack has touched me, but not how I'm making it sound. When Antonio found out about it, it didn't end well for Jack. Jorge came back into the house forgetting something and saw Jack trying to rip my clothes off, confirming my allegations to Antonio. That night, Jorge, Alberto, and Jesus stayed in our house with explicit instructions from Antonio to keep Jack away from me. I locked myself in the bedroom for the rest of that night. A few days later, when I saw Jack again, he was limping and was banged up a bit. "I'll deal with him later," Antonio professes. "Come, love, let's get this business taken care of so I can take care of you the rest of the night." "I'll only stay if you promise," I barter. "Baby," he whines. "No," I return sharply. "Okay," he confirms. "I promise. First thing tomorrow morning, we'll have the divorce lawyer come and you can move in. You won't get anything for a month if you're lying to me," I challenge. I need to secure my safety and my divorce from Jack if the feds prove to be another disappointment and abandon me yet again. "A month?" Antonio says in shock. "Anytime I haven't kept a promise, it's only been a week. It's amazing how much power a woman possesses when a man thinks with his dick. I didn't realize it at first until I started pushing boundaries. It's almost addicting testing how far I can push it. Well, this time it's a whole month," I demand. "Anything for you, my love," he announces, kissing me several times. "Anything?" I speculate. "Okay, almost anything," he shares. "And here I thought you really did love me," I reply, toying with his emotions. "I do, baby, I do," Antonio confirms. "You know I can't stop this business. There's too much money to be made." "I told you, I don't care about the money," I remind. "I know," he admits, "but you know me, and I can't have them finding out that I'm pussy-whipped." "Would that be such a bad thing?" I goad. He gives me a stern yet amused look. For all of the issues with Antonio, he would honestly be a guy I would consider being with if it wasn't for the type of business he's in. He's great in bed and takes care of me. I pray to God, if there is one, that this is the final night of my charades. I'm tired of having to be someone I'm not and being around people who I would never associate with just to save my skin. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. To read the full, unabridged version, you can find a link in the description below. To find out about new releases before the general public, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll find a link in the description as well. Also, to be notified when the next chapter is published, make sure you subscribe to my channel.